I really, really appreciate your being here tonight. I hadn't done a solo show in New York in a little over 2 years, and I decided it was time, and on the winter solstice, I moved out of the apartment I'd lived in for 3 years and 8 months, and I put all my shit in storage, and I didn't know where I was gonna end up. But it's not because I didn't have a home, it's because I had the privilege to have taken a risk. That's a privilege choice, FYI, maybe the biggest privilege. And I have incredible friends who let me crash in their homes, and somehow it magically aligned that every person I knew who was gonna be out of town for an extended period of time lined up perfectly, and the people that have extra bedrooms in New York City aligned with the moments that people weren't out of town. And I literally didn't know where I was gonna be to sleep last night when this date got set. And magically, by the grace of the universe, and I also like to think what I'm choosing to call my death squad, although someone said that's not appropriate because of World War II, so I'm gonna think of a new term. But I just have a lot of dead people that I know look out for me, so that's really what I have to work with right now. So my crew on the other side of the veil, we'll call them for now, I really feel had a hand in the fact that 2 days ago, I moved into a studio apartment in Brooklyn, and I still kind of can't believe it all happened, and that I'm lucky enough to, it's not about just, access to, people who help make things happen, or, being able to pay rent or all those things. It's, the privilege to be able to manifest my dreams. That's really the greatest luxury of all, which to even take that privilege further is that I have 2 parents that told me I was allowed to be an artist and that was okay. So shout out to them. To be spiritually and emotionally supported by your parents, especially when you want to make art, is fucking wild. And so, I wrote this poem a few years ago about the last time I took a leap of faith and moved and didn't know where I was gonna land. And then I landed in Alyssa's bedroom. In literally the apartment is 5D, which is the same as the 5th dimension, which FYI, if you're not up to speed with the cosmos, that's where we're fucking starting to live, people. We are ushering into the 5th dimension here on Earth. So I got to be in the 5th dimension to usher myself into this new space. So this poem is about the last move, and it feels a little surreal to get to share it having just moved again. So thank you all for being my home. Everyone who showed up tonight, you are part of my universe. Even if I've never met you before, I just told you all the shit from my soul. So you don't have to tell me what's happening in your lives, but just we shared space. That's this is my breaking bread, you know? So thank you all. I'll see you after. Please be gracious to Dennis, tip your bartender, and thank you all. Self-love is sobbing fetal position on the brown wooden panels of my bedroom in Bushwick the night before I move out. My torso prostrating back in on myself, my body, the only God in sight. Self-love is waking up at 5 a.m. at my mother's cousin's in New Jersey on the coldest day of winter and carrying 3 duffel bags, 3 garment bags, 6 boxes, half a dozen crates, and my hula hoop, lest we forget the hula hoop, up 8 feet of stairs at Manhattan's mini storage by myself on a weekday in leather boots. Self-love is the ocean, is folding my blue jeans on a rock, is placing my cell phone in a pocket, is soaking my bare soles into the sun-tucked sand and raising my arms to the sky and placing my right foot on the inner flesh of my left thigh and saying, "Holy hallelujah! Look at what I've found." Self-love is moving to New Jersey and back to Manhattan and to Sarah's couch in Brooklyn after 3 landlords in Queens say no. Because I'm an artist, because I'm a single woman, because I freelance, because I am too sturdy to be knocked to the ground, self-love is moving everything out of storage in black platform wedges in a Forever 21 dress mere hours before the first night of Pesach. And here is me, my own Moses, parting the Red Sea. Self-love is 2 years later, is 2 more dances around the sun, is too many more months than anticipated, still in Canaan, still wandering in the desert, still waiting for the tablets at Sinai, still waiting for the spies to tell me what I'm too afraid to find within myself. Self-love is being 32 and single. It's being 32 and single. It's being 32 and single and 4 weddings in a row and signing 5 ketubas and standing up and getting my period and getting my period and standing up and dancing the hora and signing a ketuba and dancing the hora and signing a ketuba and dancing the hora and standing up and watching my newsfeed and still waking up alone. Self-love is tucking myself to sleep in the middle of my queen-size bed and still knowing I am strong, is waking up in Harlem, is remembering Brooklyn, is prostrating to my torso, is prostrating to my womb, is knowing that possibility may in fact be one hell of a magnificent God, but oh, how that golden calf creates idols. How too, that burning bush is but a metaphor. How the only way out of this Exodus desert dance is feeling whole, holy on my own. Thank you.